Hello, this is Diana with the ABC Storytime at the Bangor Public Library. We are up to the letter E, and E is for elves. Now, sometimes elves are around when it's not Christmas. I wanted to make sure you know that. Up here on the board is guess what B went on vacation? We have A, B, C, D, E. So, I'm going to start first with a How Are You song. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you today? Then I'll segue right into the alphabet song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I've sung my ABCs, next time won't you sing with me? I was very lucky to find an alphabet book about elves, an ABC of Elves by Jane Yolen, illustrated by Lauren Mills, published by Little Press. Elfabet, an ABC of Elves. A is for acorn elf, always acrobatic. B is for bottle elf, boldly balancing. C is for candle elf, carefully cooking. D is for dandelion elf, daintily dancing. E is for egg elf, endlessly eating. F is for feather elf, fearlessly flying. G is for grape elf, grumpily gathering. H is for honey elf, hopefully harvesting. I is for ice elf, idly inking. J is for jelly elf, joyfully jumping. K is for kite elf, keenly kicking. L is for lollipop elf, lazily licking. M is for mirror elf, merely mimicking. N is for needle elf, neatly numbering. O is for orange elf, often overflowing. P is for paper elf, playfully parachuting. Q is for quilt elf, quietly quivering. R is for rose elf, restfully reading. S is for seashell elf, swiftly sliding. T is for tinsel elf, terribly tangled. U is for umbrella elf, usually upside down. V is for Valentine elf, vigorously vaulting. W is for water elf, warily washing. Ooh, X is for xylophone elf, excitedly exercising. Y is for yo-yo elf, youthfully yodeling. Z is for zipper elf, zestfully zigzagging. And did you notice the elf on the shelf is not in this book? Now the reason I chose elves is because of my most favorite fairy tales is the Shoemaker and the Elves. And usually this is in with a Christmas section, but you can read this any time of year. The Shoemaker and the Elves by Pioneer Valley Educational Press. Actually, I have my shoes with me today. Once upon a time, a shoemaker and his wife lived in a little house over a shoe shop. They were very, very poor. One day the shoemaker said to his wife, "Here is some leather. I could make just one more pair of shoes with this leather. We have no more money to buy some." The shoemaker cut The shoemaker cut the leather. I will make the shoes tomorrow, he said. Let's go to bed. The next morning, the shoemaker woke up and went into the shop. The leather was gone. On the table was a pair of beautiful shoes. Come here, called the shoemaker to his wife. Look at the shoes. The shoemaker's wife went into the shop. Oh my, she said, they are beautiful shoes. Did you make them? No, said the shoemaker. Then who did? Asked his wife. I don't know, said the shoemaker. The shoemaker's wife put the shoes in the shop window. A woman stopped and looked at the shoes. Oh, what beautiful shoes, said the woman as she went into the shop to buy them. Now I can buy leather to make 2 pairs of shoes, said the shoemaker. The shoemaker cut the leather and went to bed. The next morning the shoemaker went into his shop. The leather was gone. On the table were 2 pairs of beautiful shoes. The shoemaker's wife put the 2 pairs of shoes in the shop window. A man came into the shop to buy a pair of shoes. Then another man came into the shop to buy the second pair of shoes. Now I can buy leather to make 4 pairs of shoes, said the shoemaker. Every night the shoemaker cut the leather. Every morning he went to the shop and found 2 beautiful shoes. Everyone wanted a pair of shoes. We must find out who is making the shoes, said the shoemaker's wife. Can anyone guess what's making the shoes? That night, the shoemaker and his wife stayed up and hid behind the door. At midnight, 2 little elves came into the shop. They sat down and began to work. They worked and worked. The elves made all the leather into shoes. The little elves have done so much for us. I'm going to make new clothes for them, said the shoemaker's wife. I will make them some shoes, said the shoemaker. The next night, the little elves came in and saw the new clothes and shoes. They put them on and began to dance around. Then they danced out of the shop. The shoemaker and his wife never saw the elves again, but after that they always had good luck. Dear elves, thank you for so helping us so much. Now, here is what here's the new clothes that they made for the elf. So I'm going to take my little elf and I'm going to sing a song. There's a little elf sitting on my nose. There's a little elf sitting on my nose. He is sitting on my nose, then off away he goes. Now there's no little elf sitting on my nose. There's a little elf sitting on my knee. There's a little elf sitting on my knee. He is sitting on my knee. Just watch it, he will flee. There's a little elf sitting on my knee. There's a little elf sitting on my head. There's a little elf sitting on my head. He is sitting on my head. Then off to bed he goes. There's a little elf sitting on my head. So in your bag, you will have 2 little elves in their underwear. And I colored and cut out my new clothes and made the elf a new suit. Now, this is a funny book right here. It's called There's an Elf in Your Book, and it's interactive, so you can help me read it. Okay, there's a problem. You have to listen. You want to do nice things, so you listen carefully. You're going to pass an elf test. There's an Elf in Your Book by Tom Fletcher, and all his books are interactive. That means that you help tell the story. And it was published by Random House of New York. There's an elf in your book. Oh, look! There's an elf in your book. Elf's here to do the nice list test with you. You need to be on the nice list if you want to bring your Christmas presents. For you to pass the test, Alpha will ask you to do some nice things. But watch out, elves can be very mischievous. Don't get tricked into being naughty, okay? When you're ready to take the test, we'll turn the page. Good luck. Let's start with an easy one. Touch your nose. Everybody touching their nose? To see if you pass the test, turn the page. Good job! You passed the first test. Now blow a Christmas kiss. Do you think you passed? What a lovely Christmas gift. You passed the second test. What's next? Sing a cheery Christmas song. I'm going to sing Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Let's see if you passed. Beautiful singing. You passed the third test. Now, say, I'm a Weisenhanger sparkle butt. Wait a second. That sounds like a naughty trick. I think Elf is testing you. Do not say, I'm a Weisenheimer sparkle butt. Now turn the page. Phew, it was a trick. Thank goodness you didn't say it. You passed the fourth test. How is the nice list test going so far, Elf? Awesome, keep it up. Name Santa's most famous reindeer. Rudolph? Correct. You passed the fifth test. You're great at this. Now, do your loudest, stinkiest pizza burp. Wait. Stop. Do you think that is a naughty elf trick? It was another trick. Good catch. Keep this up and you'll be on the nice list in no time. What's next, Elf? Now for the final test. Make Elf laugh. Have a look at the Christmas joke book. Turn the page to open it. What do elves do in the toilet? Jingle smells. Oh no, the joke was a mischievous elf trick to make you say something naughty. Does this mean you failed the test? Surely you can't be on the nice list if you've done something naughty. It looks as though Elf feels bad for tricking you. But rules are rules. Hang on a second. The test was to make Elf laugh, and you did. So, you passed the nice list test. Hooray! You're officially on the nice list. And look, what's this? Oh my goodness, you get a certificate. Wow, it's your official nice list certificate. Make sure you leave this book out on Christmas Eve. Santa will want to check it. Until then, Merry Christmas. Stay nice. Yeah, I wondered about reading that book. Now, I also have with me an umbrella. Do you know how umbrellas were invented? Well, I'm going to tell you. The elf and the dormouse. This is how umbrellas were invented. Under a toadstool crept an elf. out of the rain to shelter himself. Under the toadstool sound asleep sat a dormouse, all in a heap. Elf tugged at the toadstool, it toppled in two, holding it over his gaily he flew. Dormouse woke up and he said, "Where is my toadstool?" But Elf invented the umbrella. So in your bag, you're going to have your letter E with the wiki sticks, a copy of the cover of The Elf and the Dormouse, 2 elves in their underwear, and an elf hat maze. So everybody knows you start at the beginning and you're going to go right through the elf hat and find your way out. So next week we'll be doing the letter F for food. Come back next week. Goodbye.